Welcome to Fight Club 24/7. My name's Johnny Rashman. Right, let's get straight into it. Tank versus Rolly goes down tonight. Right, I've got to say, I think this is a more competitive fight than what people think. I really do. Now, I've got to give it to PBC because I do criticise them. I think the fact that they won't deal with other promotional outlets and they won't make certain fights, I think that is bad for the sport. But to be fair to them, the undercards of the fights are usually good. And they are putting fights that you do want to see. And what I mean by that is this fight, Tank versus Rolly, right? When it first got announced, especially people in the UK, it was like, who the fuck's Rolly? And why is this happening? Why is he not fighting Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Kambosos, all the other fighters? But as the build-ups happened and obviously the fight got delayed and you are actually looking forward to it now. The problem that PBC have is their fighters just aren't known in the UK. I'm from the UK myself. There's no broadcaster for PBC, so it's hard to really get yourself emotionally involved with the fighters. Isaac Cruz, for example, when he fought Tank, it was like, again, who the fuck's Isaac Cruz? Like, obviously in America, you will know him, hardcore fans will know him, but he wasn't well known in the States, and turned out to be a good fighter. And same with Rolly, and he's not known in the UK, but he can obviously bang. And these fighters do have stories, so I think it's imperative that PBC get a UK broadcaster because they're just not connecting this side of the pond. But to be fair to them, the fights that they're putting on, although we can criticise them, you do want to watch them. This fight tonight, I'm fucking all in, man. I'm looking forward to it. I am. I said it the moment it was announced and when it got delayed, I said I wanted to see it. And there's just something about this fight. On paper, this fight looks like a complete mismatch. If you look at Rolly's style, you think he's made for Tank, right? Everything he does is tailor-made for Tank. He comes in awkward, right? He's off balance. He swings. You think Tank's great counterpunch. He'll just time him with an uppercut or put him to sleep. Right? That's what you think when you first think about this fight. But I don't know, man. Boxing doesn't work like that. There's something about Rolly. He is in Tank's head. He is, and that makes a big difference in boxing. It really does. When someone's in your head and your temperament is thinking, oh, I want to knock this guy out, you make mistakes. Now, Rolly for me has got a little bit of Deontay Wilder about him, where very powerful, but very clumsy. He's not technically great, is he? He's always off balance. He's falling into his punches. His defense isn't great. But those kind of fighters are so fucking dangerous. They really are, because you don't know where the punches are coming. Right? Sometimes if you fight a really good, clean, technical, efficient fighter, right? They have their hands up and they've got great foot movement. That sometimes can be easier to fight against because you know where the shots are coming sometimes. Sometimes you know where the shots are coming and you can try and time that. But when you're fighting an unpredictable, awkward fighter, you don't know what's going to happen. Rolly could come in with a right hand, could look off balance, fall into it, and the next thing is come up with a left hook, which you just haven't seen, and you're thinking, where the fuck is that come from? And this is what this guy's like. He's so awkward and clumsy. Similar to Deontay Wilder, like I said, if you watch the last Fury fight, everyone knows what Deontay Wilder was going to do. He was just going to load up with the big right hand. But even though you knew he was going to do it, Fury still had major problems stopping it, right? And was hurt many times in the trilogy, went down multiple times. So it's not just a case of, right, this guy isn't technically great and Tank's just going to time him and knock him out in 4 rounds. I don't think that'll be the case. It might happen. I don't know. It could happen because Rolly's resume isn't great, is it? So I'm not saying that won't happen, but I just think there's just something about this fight. Something about it for me that suggests that it's going to be a fucking shootout. It's going to be an absolute shootout. I think both men are going to engage at some point and start dropping bombs. And it was funny at the weigh-in yesterday, Tank, he did their Rolly, didn't he? With a little shove. He went down like he'd been shot, the bloke. But it was funny that. It's a bit embarrassing for Rolly, to be honest with you. He's on the stage like that, he's giving it the big in and gives him a little shove and he falls down. It's fucking funny. It was like something from school or something. You can imagine it, like going on at school, a school play or someone's trying to get the attention and a kid pushes the kid on the floor. It was something like that. It was fucking funny. I rate Tank for that. I liked it. Very, very funny that. But I think he is in Tank's head, Rolly. I think he's got in his head, and I think at some point Tank will, the red mist will come over, and I think he'll engage, and that's good news for Rolly, because if he does engage, there's always a chance that Rolly could land a shot, and he has got power. People are dismissing him. The bloke ain't an idiot, right? I know people are saying the way he talks and the way he comes across, right? But the guy can fucking fight, man. He's awkward, he's powerful, he's explosive, right? And if he fucking lands on you, he will knock you out. Make no mistake, right? And that's a dangerous motherfucker. It's a dangerous man in that ring. Anyone who can knock you out, I don't care how good you are, is always dangerous, right? It's as simple as that. But if you look at Tank, you're thinking he's just far technically superior. You think he's just going to counterpunch him all day. And I'm sure that'll be the case. I expect Tank to win the fight. It wouldn't surprise me if it went 12 rounds. I know a lot of people think it'll be 4 rounds. That could happen. It will be a shootout, but I don't know. I think Tank could taste the canvas. I think he might get caught with something that he's not seeing, right? And he might have to touch down, but I do expect him to win. He could viciously knock Rolly out. There's no doubt about that. But that's what makes this exciting. I mean, the talk, the promotion, and this is why it's good for fighters to have a build-up, right? Even though if you think Rolly's a bit of an idiot and all that, it doesn't matter. You want to watch this fight. It captivates you now. It's exciting. Who wants to see two men go up to each other, shake each other's hand, wish each other's luck, and say good luck? I don't want to fucking see that, man. I'm not interested. I want excitement. I want the juices to be flowing, right? I want tables being thrown. I want fucking shoving. I want teams shouting at each other. That's what I like. People can say, oh, it's disrespectful to the sport. I don't give a fuck. I want excitement. That's why I watch boxing. It's not just about the fight. It's about the build-up, the excitement, right? That's what I love. And that's what boxing needs. And this fight is a perfect example of if you put the effort in, right, in the build-up, it doesn't matter how silly it comes across. If you get people talking, that makes a big fucking difference. Now, people are talking about this fight. They weren't when it was first announced. They are now. Even in the UK, we're excited for it. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to watch it, right? And I think it will be very, very exciting, right? Fucking can't wait. Could Tank get beat? I tell you what, there'll be big ramifications if that happens, but you just never know, right? Rolly's that unpredictable, right? He's a dangerous man. He really is. So there's the people out there just completely writing him off. You can't do that. You can't do that with high-level boxing like this, with a banger like Rolly. You can't do it. He's, like I say, he's awkward. That makes a big difference. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. Ultimately, I expect Tank to win. I think he will viciously knock Rolly out, probably within the 7th, 8th round. I think that will happen. As I said, wouldn't surprise me if it did go to points. But I do think Tank might have to touch the canvas, as I touched on. I think he might go down because Rolly is unpredictable and he's got power, and that's a massive, massive advantage when you're fighting someone. So it's very exciting. Can't wait to see it. Let me know what you think. Who's going to win? Is it just going to be an easy victory for Tank? Will Rolly shock people? Do you think Tank will taste the canvas? Let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.